no more. It is Joinen. And these are the secrets in everyday items that you never knew about. Or something, I suppose. That is what this video is about. Amazing secrets hidden in everyday items. 99% do not know this. That what? These make a great shoe shiner? Let's find out.
Every day we interact with a countless number of things. When we eat, when we work, when we entertain ourselves, we obviously make use of these tools to facilitate whatever it is that we want to get done. But how well do we know these things? Are we aware of all of their features? Or maybe there are some secrets about these things that we don't know about just yet.
Am I supposed to answer the question? There are things in this world that do things. But how well do we know the things that do things? And do they do things that we don't know? I don't know. I suppose so. I guess so. I think that's the point of the video, right?
Today we'll be looking at amazing secrets hidden in everyday things. Embrace yourself for a video packed with secrets that I'm sure you didn't know about. I promise you that by the time we make it to the top, you'll have learned a thing or two about stuff that you probably interact with in your everyday life. All that said and done, let's begin, shall we?
I promise you, you're gonna learn a thing or two.
Our first entry is flavored Nintendo cartridges.
Oh, I've done this. Have you guys done this? If you lick a Nintendo cartridge, I'm not kidding, it tastes super bitter. And that is to discourage you from licking it, which is ironic because I would have never licked one otherwise. I think it's to discourage like kids from eating them.
Have you ever put a Nintendo Switch cartridge inside of your mouth? I hope not, unless of course you're a toddler who still doesn't fully understand the difference between edible and non-edible items. But
I like the taste of the cartridges.
They're so bitter.
For that reason, Nintendo has put a bitter taste in their cartridges. Since these things are so small and likely to be messed with by little ones who don't fully know what they're doing, Nintendo made them taste bitter, so people can spit it out and keep themselves from swallowing them.
It's pretty smart. It is pretty smart. I did not learn a thing because I already knew that, but maybe you did not. I'll go get one. Okay. Here I have Mario Odyssey. It's actually been a while, so I don't particularly remember what it tastes like. Yep. It's a little bit bitter. It kind of sticks on your tongue a little bit. I wonder if that's the same one I tried last time. I wonder if I had like licked some of it off. Maybe I'll try the other side. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. I think this is what I tried to do with last time. So the front had already lost some of its bitter tack. It just kind of tastes like you took a bite of like a orange peel or like a lemon peel. I don't know, except without any of the good flavor, just the bitterness.
When the Nintendo Switch was first advertised, that was a big selling point, and soon enough after the Switch actually came out, people were actually tasting cartridges of The Legend of Zelda. It proved to taste bitter than advertised, so Nintendo actually got to step up on everybody with that. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So,
it is very ironic, isn't it? I bet you more people have put Nintendo Switch cartridges in their mouth because of that fact than they would have if they hadn't. But I'm sure it's probably saved some little kids.
Here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck.
What? If you like and subscribe to Joinen, you will get 25 years of good luck? Now that is a hidden use of the subscribe button and the like button. Both of them.
Try it. It really works. Our next entry is bread tags. This one is pretty obvious, isn't it? Well, that's what you think, but bread tags have more than just—
Wait. Hold on, I've got this. Something about the color.
One function. Besides being used to help keep your bread fresh and sealed, these little tags also indicate the day on which your bread was baked. For example, if the tag is blue, it means it was baked on a Monday, and if it's green, it was baked on a Tuesday. And then red is for Thursdays, white is for Fridays, and yellow is for Saturdays.
Do they not bake bread on Wednesdays and Sundays? What's the deal with that? Also, does not help me. freeze my bread anyway. Not all bakeries. Yeah, like, 'cause come to think of it, I feel like all of mine are white. I feel like every single one of them.
For Saturdays. This is pretty convenient, and once you learn the color code, you'll easily remember how fresh your bread is, so make sure you eat it before it goes stale. Our next entry would be holes in pen caps.
Easy. It's a drinking straw. You drink with them.
If you use pens, you probably use their caps to make funny whistles and other funny sounds with. But there is more to these holes in the caps than just making musical instruments.
Let me guess. Like, if you swallow it, the air can still go through it or something like that? Like, tell us something we don't know. Or, like, can't just figure out with our own heads.
Out of them. Just like the Nintendo cartridges, these holes have been put there to help people who put small objects in their mouths. There were studies that showed that a lot of people choke on pen caps, so these holes were put in to make sure that people can keep breathing while help arrives.
What they really should have done is the Nintendo Switch cartridge trick, because that's the real problem. Pen caps aren't just chewed on by kids. Pen caps are chewed on by anyone. Doesn't matter the age. Make them bitter.
It would still be best if no one ever chokes on one of these things, but I guess it's good to know that there is a bit of hope if such tragedy occurs. Our next entry is colors at the bottom of toothpaste tube.
Yeah. We know this one as well. It's machine, right? It's for the machines? It tells the machine something? It's something boring.
Tubes. If you're a curious person, you probably notice at the bottom of the toothpaste tubes usually have a square that is either red, black, or blue. And if you haven't noticed that, you should go find your toothpaste right now and check what's at the bottom of the tube. These colors are not just random. They've been put there to let you know what kind of substance has been used to make your toothpaste. If it's blue, it means it was made with natural...
No, I thought that was the myth. I thought Brightside busted this myth. I thought in that Brightside video, they were like, people think it's about what's in the tube, but it's not. It's actually just something for the machine. My first thought would have been for like color matching, but I guess it doesn't have to be. I think the thing was like the color then tells the machine what to print on it or something like that, but now I'm curious. I don't believe this. No, colored boxes on toothpaste do not represent its ingredients. It's not true. According to the site, the stripes on the bottom of the toothpaste are simply marked due to the manufacturing process. These marks are read by light beam sensors, which notify machines where the packaging should be cut, folded, or sealed. That's what I said. That's what I said. It's for the machines to read it. This is a bad video. I'm downvoting.
Natural elements and some medicine to enhance its effects. If it's green, it means it only has natural ingredients. And then, if it's red, it has a chemical composition added to the natural ingredients. And if it's black, then it means it's pure chemical. So there you go. Now you can be a bit more aware of what kind of toothpaste you want to buy without having...
The toothpaste companies would be like, no, it's not true, it's not true. Yeah, here I thought this was the safest place of information. Yeah, top 5 best. How could you do this to us? That is kind of satisfying though. Top 5 best has 5.5 million subscribers.
Our next entry is soda cup lids.
Can I just say, it's the most disappointing thing in the world that those soda cup lids where there's like the little diet button or the little like, you know, there's little button things that you push in that says diet and stuff like that. And I've never in my life seen one that's actually been pushed. That isn't just you just playing with it.
Home to a clean and neat table, the last thing you want to do is probably leave a soda ring on it. For that reason, soda cup lids have been designed in a way that you can also use them as coasters. The lid has a grooved ring on which the bottom of your soda cup will perfectly fit. Of course, the last thing that we want to do is produce more plastic in this world, but don't worry about that. Even the biodegradable lids have this feature, so...
Is it not so that they can stack? Like, is it not so that if you've got one cup and then another cup, you can kind of like put it on top of each other? Surely it's not trying to be a coaster. I mean, I guess you could use them as a coaster if you really wanted. I feel like it would just end up sticking to the bottom of the cup. What is a coaster? What? Are you messing with me? Yeah, there would be stuff on the bottom. Yeah, the thing is the bottom side of the lid usually gets liquid from the drink on it, so it wouldn't do that great job. Yeah, especially because like if it's full of like soda or something, it's gonna be all sticky. It's gonna be sugary. It's gotta be just so that you can stack another drink on top if you need to. Coaster is a person who goes to the coast. No, a coaster is someone who just like, you know, doesn't have a job but lives at their parents' place. A coaster is something you ride at a theme park. That's true. No, but for real, if you know, if you don't know what a coaster is, it's just the thing that you put your drink on.
Give some good use to it and don't leave any more marks on your tables. Our next entry is that extra little pocket on your...
It's for stopwatches. Like, come on. Tell us something we don't know that's also true, because you have not done that yet. It was for stopwatches, and then they just never really got rid of it. It's not actually for your keys or for coins.
Jeans. We all have given different uses of that little pocket on our jeans. In my case, I've used it to keep coins and small change so I can access it easily whenever I need it.
Wrong. It's a pocket for when you want to put your hands in your pocket, but you only really want to put a couple fingers in your pocket. And then your other fingers just hang out, just being cool. That's the only answer I accept.
Some other people put lip balms and other small objects that they like to keep in handy. However, the original purpose of this pocket was to keep pocket watches protected. Back in the day...
Did I say stopwatches? That's what I meant. Obviously, that's what I meant. Obviously, I wasn't talking about stopwatches. I was talking about the watch that goes in a pocket.
Gold miners were the people who wore the jeans the most. They didn't have watches or cell phones like we do today. They had pocket watches, and that little compartment on their jeans is what helped them keep their watch safe.
What's that got to do with gold miners? Tell me what that has to do with gold miners. Gold miners specifically didn't have wristwatches or smartphones. Everybody else did, but gold miners did not.
Our next entry is tabs on...
Oh, don't tell me it's to flip it around to put a straw in. Don't you tell me that. I don't care whether it's true. It's the oldest thing in the book.
Soda cans are pretty easy to use, am I right? There's nothing complex about
Soda cans are pretty easy to use. Am I right? Showing footage of someone doing it completely wrong.
them. However, some people don't know it, but there is a purpose for those little tabs that you can use to open the cans. You might think that the holes in the tab are only there to help you slide your fingers in and pop it open, but they're also there to hold your straw and make it more comfortable for you to sip on your drink. It sounds like they put a lot of thought into this, so we better make proper use of it.
Very smart. Not so secret uses that literally everyone knows. Yeah.
Our next entry is margins on notebooks.
What, you gonna tell us it's like there to put your notes or your date or something like that? Like, are you just like picking general items and being like, next one we're gonna talk about ballpoint pens. Did you know that you can actually use a ballpoint pen to write things down? And they come in different colors if you need to write it in different colors as well.
This one might be a bit old school. I know a lot of you probably don't use these anymore, but in case you do, or at least in case you've seen them before, you notice these margins on notebooks. A lot of people used to think they were there to guide you regarding how many sentences you can fit into one page. Other people used to think that they were there to allow you to take notes on the side. However, the real purpose...
Oh, that was my guess. Are we about to learn something today?
The purpose of these margins was to protect your work. Back in the day, having rats at home was quite common, and they would usually chew on a lot of stuff. That includes paper. These margins helped people keep their work in the safe area, as rats would usually chew on the edges first and leave the inner part of the paper untouched.
What about the other side? What about the other side? Why would it not be an entire square then? Why would it only be, what, rats are only munching on the bound side? Not that loose paper part. I'm not munching on that. I will munch on the side on the left and maybe the side on the top, but not the right and not the bottom. I have standards. That can't be true. Originally, margins were not made to leave space for outraged teachers' notes. The truth is that in the past, books were often victims of mice and rats who like to eat the paper. In order to not let rodents eat pieces of information with the paper, people started leaving empty space around the edges. Oh, they do. They do leave it on that side. But what about the bottom? What about the other side? Every notebook I've ever had has only ever had the margin on the left side, no matter which page it is. They print it on the left side. I still struggle to believe it. It's right there. My proof. If you were writing on that side, on this paper, are you just not supposed to write on the other side of the paper? What if that's the only side you do write on? Why would you write on the left? If you're writing on that one, then you're writing up until the edge. The margin isn't gonna save you. The margin has to be on that side for this to make any sense, but it never is. Also, what about the margin on the bottom? I'm so confused. I mean, I guess we're not really concerned about rats biting our notebooks anymore, so it would make sense for them to be like, we don't need to put the margin on that side anymore, and the fact that margin exists is just like a remnant. If it was to really stop rats, all I'm saying is, it should have been a square, not on one side, not just on the top, maybe one side. It should have been a square that brings the whole thing in, because rats aren't going to care whether it's the left or right side of your notebook. Apparently this one's true. I'm just very annoyed that it is. You wanted to learn something new and now you're frustrated. It just annoys me.
Our next entry is pom-poms on hats.
Okay, this one, I don't know. If it's not a practical reason, it could be anything. But is there an actual practical reason?
Some people think these things are trendy and some others prefer to stay away from them. But whether you love them or hate them, the pom-poms on your winter hat were meant to be more than just fashion accessories. In the past, the pom-poms were used on sailor hats to protect men from bumping their heads when they were working below deck. In that way, the pom-poms would act as a buffer, keeping people's heads safe.
It's like a whisker. That's kind of cute. I like that one. If it's true, which I have no reason to believe it's not. I like that one more than the margin one. It's not going to do much. It makes sense. If you've got that little thing and you knock your, like if you're just standing up from sitting down, then sure. But if you kind of like, I don't know. Why not?
Our next entry is orange bags.
Did you know that the bags that they used to keep oranges in are actually used to keep all the oranges together so they don't go rolling around willy-nilly? Crazy little oranges.
Next time you buy oranges, make sure you get the ones that come in mesh bags, and don't throw away those bags. If you tie them up and wrap them up nicely, you can make great scrubbers out of them. This will be very useful to clean your sink and other surfaces around the house. And also, it's a great way to contribute to the environment by lowering the amount of waste in our house.
It just sounds like a life hack, not like a hidden purpose.
Our next entry is the hole on elevator doors. If you pay close attention to elevator doors, you'll notice a hole in some of them. And if you're a curious person, you're probably wondering what those holes are
I have never seen a hole in an elevator door.
for. Well, they're definitely not for spying, and they are not there by mistake. These are keyholes and only authorized personnel have access to them. This is useful whenever there's an emergency or simply during a maintenance routine. So rest assured that no one is looking at you from the other side of the hole. Instead, they're probably watching you through their security cameras. Our next item is Tic Tac.
Oh my goodness. The Tic Tac lid thing. Everybody likes their moment in the spotlight where they get to tell you, did you know that little bit on the Tic Tac lid actually helps you serve out one Tic Tac? As if you guys just have no control. You just get one Tic Tac out. If an extra one comes out, you know what you could do? You could just put it back. Or just eat it. Just live your life. Quarter mile at a time. If 2 Tic Tacs come out, I don't know, maybe just eat 2 Tic Tacs. It's just a Tic Tac. They always say it like you gotta have it upside down, and then if you open up just right, 1 Tic Tac will come out. I'm now freaking out that all of the Tic Tacs are gonna come out because you're telling me to open the thing up upside down. I'd rather just shake one out like a normal person, and if I get 5 Tic Tacs, well, I guess I'm just eating 5 Tic Tacs. I don't have a problem with that.
Lids. If you love Tic Tacs, you're probably a bit stingy when it comes to sharing them with others. And if you don't know about the proper use of their lids, then you probably shake a bunch of Tic Tacs on your hand and pick a few of them to give to other people. If you look closely, Tic Tac lids have small indentations on them, on which you can perfectly fit 1 Tic Tac. In that way, the lid can hold 1 Tic Tac at a time, without having to place them all on your hands. Our next entry is panhandle hole.
Does anyone actually do that? I feel like everybody has tried it maybe after they see some life hack video and they're like, oh, this did you know? And then they try it and they're like, I'm never doing that again.
If you don't spend much time in the kitchen, you might be wondering what those holes on panhandles are for. Any ideas?
Every day.
Yeah, they're
Keeps me up at
definitely
night.
useful if you want to hang the pans on the walls, but there's also another hidden purpose for those. You can also use them to hold the utensils you're using.
Like, just think about this for a second before you put it into a whole YouTube video with footage of it and everything. Think about the footage you used. It's so frustrating because you know that they would have like filmed this and they would have taken one go at it and they're like, oh, wait, make sure to shake a lot more of the soup off so that it doesn't dribble down the whole thing and then just get everywhere. It's not gonna work.
For cooking. Whether it's a wooden spoon, a spatula, a ladle, or any other tool, you can perfectly fit them into the panhandle hole. This will keep the utensil from getting close to the fire and melt. And it'll also make things more practical as you won't have to worry about the dripping stuff over the counter or on top of a clean plate.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You still have to worry about it dripping. And now it's just dripping onto your handle and potentially onto your stove.
That looks pretty practical to me.
No.
Now it's time for the day's best pick.
Oh, dang. The best one? Okay. I'm hyped. This is going to be better than Pom Pom.
If you look at today's list, it's quite evident that there are many secrets hidden in everyday things. We can find these secrets and stuff inside our homes and even our rooms. But there's also a lot of secrets and stuff that's out there in public spaces.
Geez, someone's really trying to hit the word count. Like, just tell us. Tell us what the final one is.
Like these brushes on the sides of escalators. Can you guess what they're used for? Our next entry is, of course, some bristles on escalators.
It's to stop you from getting too close to the side.
These brushes you see on modern escalators are made so people can ride safely. While the escalator keeps moving, the bristles remain stationary. They discourage people from standing too close to the sides, and that avoids any incidents such as getting their shoelaces or pieces of clothing stuck in the space between the steps and sides. It is said that one of the worst injuries that can happen while on an escalator is when the foot gets caught between the sides and the moving steps. Can you just imagine getting your foot stuck like that? This kind of incident would be terrible and it could easily harm other parts.
Yeah, if they didn't want you sticking your foot so close to the side of the elevator, then why did you install a perfectly good shoe shining brush? This is the Nintendo Switch cartridge all over again. They're like, we're gonna do this thing to make people stop doing this thing. And then people hear about that, or they see the brush and they're like, I want to do the thing.
For that reason, don't underestimate these brushes. They are lifesavers. Our last entry is...
Wait, what was the best? Wait, so we got like a double best? These beers and some wicked drip better absolutely blow my mind.
Is beer cozies.
Did you just call it a beer cozy? Here's my fun fact, and I don't know if this is what they're gonna say. If they do, then I can't be angry at them because I've just literally taken up some of your time to tell it to you myself. People always think that like, no, I don't need a stubby holder because I'm a man. I don't care that my hand might get cold holding a beer. I'm a man. I can handle a cold beer in my hand. Newsflash, it's not to keep your hand from getting cold. It's to keep the drink cold. You're not like doing it because you're scared of touching a cold drink. You're doing it because you're trying to keep your drink cold. But I feel like that's kind of obvious, but I feel like maybe anyway, maybe look, I've set the bar low for you, top 5. Sure, just bring it home. Tell us a better fact than that. It can't be hard.
The use of beer cozy is very straightforward. This thing made out of foam or other soft fabric helps you thermally insulate a drink container such as a bottle or a can. This is very useful when it's hot outside and you don't want the weather to warm up your drinks. However, people have found a very creative way to use these things.
Okay.
The beer cozies can also be used to stop fruit from bruising. This is very helpful in case you want to grab some soft fruits for lunch. Apples, peaches, pears, most of these fruits are the right size to fit inside a cozy and stay safe inside your lunchbox. So next time you decide to bring fruits with you, make sure you grab a cozy. It'll make things much easier.
It weirds me how you call it cozy. I like it. I think it's cute. It is a little bit funny that you call it a cozy. Their top one was put a fruit in a stubby holder. Okay, whatever. I'm out. I am out. Get some of the lemon carton merch. It is going away soon. I have the new lemon carton merch on the way. The samples are on their way. If the samples are good, then they're going up pretty soon. If they're bad and I need to swap things out, then it might be a little bit longer, but I'm just keeping you guys updated. That's the deal on the new lemon carton merch, but if you want to get the old stuff, it's still available. It will be going away whenever the new stuff comes. So I think the new stuff will be better. But anyway, follow me on Twitch.